It is
This is the
on.
sovereign citizen situation, right?
I don't know what that word means.
Well,
Well, yeah. I'm gonna say I'm not saying that I'm one of them, but I'm just saying I'm operating under what the Constitution Supreme Court ruling is talking about.
All right, everyone, this one is intense. We're looking at a heated courtroom moment where Judge Perkins goes head-to-head with a defendant who insists he doesn't need a driver's license to operate a vehicle. The judge isn't holding back at all. He clearly points out that the defendant doesn't seem to understand even the most basic traffic laws. Judge Perkins even offers him the chance to have an attorney, but the defendant is convinced he can handle everything on his own. Stick around, and let me know what you think about situations like this. If you enjoy this kind of courtroom content, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Well,
Let's get into
Your
it.
Honor, when the officer pulled me over and he said that, I didn't say those words. I just told him I'm operating under the Constitution, and that's all else I said to him. And he just basically lied, said I was disgruntled, asked for backup and all that. And the video would show I wasn't even whatever, I can't think of the word he said, but he was saying I need backup. I have a irate or whatever word he said, and that was not even true.
it's just what you're saying is just not the state of the law. I don't know any other way to say it.
We just going to continue with the case, and whatever comes about comes about. If the paperwork I given wasn't irrelevant, that's it then. So what is the next step?
So either the next step is take a plea, which I'm sure you don't want to do, but I'll give you the offer, or take it to trial, and those are the next steps.
Well, I guess we're going to have to go to trial.
I'm gonna set it for a jury trial too, so you can bring this in front of a jury of your peers and see, what they say. And I guess
my
you don't want a lawyer, right?
The other cases that I had got dismissed for same situation. So
say what?
The other cases I had for this was dismissed, and you told me to give you one name of one person, and I could have said it then and there. It was myself. I had court cases for the same thing, and it was dismissed on whatever circumstance.
What really stands out is how this defendant believes he can simply brush aside other cases connected to him. It's honestly confusing. If someone plans to represent themselves, the least they could do is learn how the law works. A little research would go a long way. Instead of taking responsibility, he keeps fighting a simple traffic issue. Paying the ticket and getting a license would likely take only a short time and cost far less than ongoing court appearances and public criticism from the judge. Let me know what you think. Does he truly believe he's right, or is he just trying to avoid accountability? Let's jump back in.
And what do you mean by that?
For the same driver.
Let's do this. Let's call it and put it all on the record. I have my court reporter back. Let's call it and put it on the record, all right? So, Mr. Lynch, let me ask you this, and this is just to understand, try to really get a grasp of your position. I understand you're why don't you, if you're not a sovereign citizen, usually sovereign citizens tell me, I don't want a lawyer. If you're not claiming the sovereign citizenship, why don't you get a lawyer to help you out with this?
I can't never find no attorney. The last attorney I got, they was telling me you should have just took a deal, you should have paid the ticket, and you really can't find nobody who's going to take your case. So basically, I'm in limbo, and basically all I have to say, not guilty with impunity.
At one point, he declares himself not guilty, as if that alone settles everything. It's hard to follow his logic. You can't help but wonder if his approach is the reason no attorney seems eager to represent him. The situation could have ended quickly if he had just handled the violation and move forward. There's also a moment during the Zoom hearing where someone else is clearly amused, which adds an awkward twist to the whole scene. The tension keeps building as Judge Perkins becomes more direct, and the defendant's arguments only grow more confusing. Let me know how this comes across to you, because it turns into quite a spectacle.
Let's say this. I guess if you're not willing to,
so I'm not a national, so I can't say that. All I'm saying, I'm just a citizen, and all I'm going to say, not guilty with impunity.
well, how are you immune to this? Because I mean, let's just do this. You don't have to. You don't have to tell me how you're going to proceed with your case. You're fully in the right to proceed however you want to proceed. I'm going to just give you a jury trial, and you'll have to present what you need to present in front of a jury. Will you allow me to assign a lawyer to you just for the purposes of, helping you out with the courtroom procedure and stuff?
You can do that.
I don't find anything that he's filed that has any merit. So that's why I'm giving you a jury trial, because if you bring the same stuff in a trial, if it's the same as what you're giving me and the stuff that you're professing, based on what I see, you're gonna lose.
So
by me.
If the judge is saying the information is not valid and the people don't know nothing, so why won't I put my hands in the hands of the people?
The big question becomes whether the defendant is pretending not to understand or genuinely doesn't grasp how the legal system works. Judge Perkins allows the case to move toward a jury trial for a very simple reason. Without that option, the case would likely be decided immediately. The judge clearly understands the law, while the defendant is offering opinions without evidence. Watching this unfold feels like seeing someone argue against rules that simply don't bend. Let me know your thoughts as we continue.
Because first of all, what I'm telling you is I'm trying to give you a fighting chance with these arguments that you're making. What I'm telling you is you're not going to have a fighting chance with me. You're going to lose unless you come with something substantially different than what you have. At least with the people, you said it yourself. They don't know the law, or they might not even know the law. So you may be able to get them to side with you just because they love Mr. Lynch and they want it. I don't know. But other than that,
no jury. I really don't know people jury. I'm not even gonna do that. So if I found guilty, so I'm gonna have to sue every person that was a juror.
I don't know what you're gonna have to do. I don't know, Mr. Lynch. You're the one that's making these arguments up, and you're the one that has researched and done what you've done. You provided that stuff to me, so you're expected to know the law. You're expected to know the law. So whether you can sue jurors and whether you can sue whoever, that's going to be on you to know, and then or if you don't know, that's going to be on you to find out.
Okay, so I have to get back with the law department about the videos and the dash cam of the police officers.
That I can Mr. Bowman, can you put your appearance on the record, please? Now, Mr. Lynch, now I can potentially help you if the stuff exists. Mr. Lynch is asking for body cam and whatever discovery that body cam, audio, video, whatever discovery that the people have in relates to his matters.
Your Honor, I understand that, and discovery would be provided if he files a valid request pursuant to the court rule for discovery.
And,
So you
and,
saying
and
I
you're,
haven't done that previously? I done sent it
Hold
to
on,
the
hold
law.
on, hold on. She's not help. Hold on.
hold on,
So
Mr. Lynch. Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken, the court rule just says upon request. He's made his request today. I don't think that there's anything in the court rule that requires anything other than him making a request. Mr. Lynch has made his request for discovery, and I believe it's supposed to be provided to him.
Court rule provides for a written request,
I
and
can you
that has not happened.
All right, let's the discovery, rule 6 point. We're gonna know this discovery rule, and you got it ready.
Forward and backwards.
Yeah, you need to get this book. You need to get this book, Mr. Lynch.
Honestly, the defendant could benefit greatly from learning how the court process works. It's surprising how often people walk into a courtroom unprepared, thinking they can improvise their way through serious legal matters. Real cases require facts, proof, and solid arguments. In this situation, none of that seems to be present. I'll wrap things up here since the remainder of the hearing focuses on legal discussion and the judge scheduling a jury trial. Do you think this defendant has any real chance in front of jury, or is he setting himself up for a much bigger setback? Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to cover the jury trial, or if this case has already said enough. Thanks so much for watching and spending time here today. If you enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. I truly appreciate your support. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.